the fuck goes for a 120-mile ride specifically with the intention of recording said ride, and then doesn't check the fucking angle on the camera before they press record? Me. That's who. Yesterday, I went for a 120-mile ride to record a video, and just, to go for a ride, but, with the intention of recording a video while I was there, and I was recording the fucking floor the entire time. Fuck's sake. Anyway, let's try this again. This is my bike. This is a Yamaha MT125. It's not the new version, the one with the big headlight. And I have been riding for Saturday, Sunday, 3 days. This is my third day. Yes, and when I say riding, I mean obviously on the CPT, hence the 125. Stay the fuck there. Oh, look, traffic. I can get on there. I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to squeeze in front of the van. Mainly because I can't see the traffic lights. And there's a nice big space here. Although I really want to. Nope, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. There you go, look, his wheel's starting to move. Maybe he's just a premature driver. Nope, he's a premature driver. Stop creeping. Whoop. Hey, slot on the cat's eyes. Anyway, as I was saying, I've been riding for, today's my third day. I did my CBT Saturday, it is now Monday, and here we go. So, Saturday, did my CBT. It's not the first time I've ridden a bike. I did ride bikes years and years ago. Never really got my full license, so only ever rode 125s for legal reasons. And just kind of stopped because, life, right? Life just got in the way. And then I turned 38 last year. And I've been talking about getting back on a bike for a long time. So I decided to just do it. Stop talking about it and just get back on a bike, and I fucking love it. Absolutely fucking love it. All day yesterday, it was like 3.5 hour bike ride. I was out for about 4.5 hours in total. Just, stop, chill, take a break, whatever. And oh my god, it was so good. Just so nice. But look at this weather. Look at the scenery, these churches, cathedrals. Just beautiful, beautiful weather and roads, and I know this probably isn't everyone's cup of tea for the road. It's just like a normal road, but I really like these long sweeping roads. Turn right. Okie doke. Sure thing, sat nav. So yeah, here I am, back on the bike. Every intention of obviously getting my license this time. I got my theory test booked in this week, so hopefully that goes well. And if it doesn't, I probably shouldn't be driving, because I've been driving for like 20 years, so it's going to be a little bit awkward if it doesn't go well, which actually I kind of fully expect, because honestly, who even pays attention to theory once they pass the test? I know that's probably not like a cool thing to say, but it's true. We just forget, right? so I got that Thursday. Once I get that done, I'm going to get in, get Mod 1, Mod 2, and, well, the agreement is that I have to ride this for the best part of a year. That was the agreement I made with the missus. She doesn't want me to really be on a bike. She's a little bit nervous. Oh shit, dip. She's coming around to the idea. She's slowly warming up to it. So I think the more I go out in it, and the more involved she is, and like, you know, the more I include her in like the conversation, I think she's slowly coming around to the idea. So that's good. But yeah, regardless, I'll still be on this little 125, even if stay there, boss. Even if I get my Mod 1 and 2 done this year, this is probably my bike for the rest of the year. So, like I said, 2019, well, it's the 2020 reg, but like it's the 2019 model. MT125, 10,500 miles on it. Bought it from a really nice guy. It's got Oxford heated grips. I fitted the quad lock wireless charging system. It's got a broken mirror. It was like that when I had it. I didn't do that. It's got this cool little gold decal, which is quite nice. Well, not decal, even it's like a paint job. Gold pegs as well. So someone spent a little bit of time on it. Really nice. And cost me £2,000, £2,000, and it's a Cat N. So I bought a Cat N bike. Do I care? Absolutely fucking not. The damage was from a slide, and honestly, oh my god, this bus took forever to get around that. Like, I genuinely thought it was going to take another week. Fuck me. Yeah, it was from a slide. They had a bit of scuffing, a bit of paint damage, some peg damage. So it's all been fixed, all been repaired. Ride's lovely, like a dream. And I had a shitload of spares with it. So it's got the upgraded exhaust. I forget what it was now at the time, but it's got the optional extra for the upgraded exhaust. I actually have an original stock exhaust as a spare, and I have a spare wheel with a brand new tyre. I got a spare discs, bunch of stuff, to be honest. Why are we waiting? I'm not going to go whipping around there because I can't see fuck all. But yeah, anyway, that's the bike, and I'm really happy with it. Like I said, took it out yesterday, you know, when I was meant to do this fucking video, and, well, it was 3.5 hours of total riding, and you know what? It was alright. I was a bit achy when I got in, mainly because I'm fat and unfit, and, oh, fuck it, I'm going to that, get to that. Open the visor, there we go. Yeah, because I'm fat and unfit, and it was a little bit achy, a little bit sore. Plus, I'm like 5'11", and like I'm about 130 kilo in weight. So, you know, I'm not exactly a small guy, and it's a small bike. I mean, it's not the smallest bike in the world. But, you know, I know it's a 125, but it's actually quite decent in terms of actual physical stature. Like, it's not as small as 125s used to be. But even so, you know, after any length of time, we start to get a little bit cramped up, right? You know, the old knees bent back for a couple of hours at a time on the pegs, that kind of thing. And obviously, it's, you know, it's not a sports bike, but it's a naked bike, and they have a slightly sporty sort of position. So you do have that little bit of lean and whatever, but it's much more comfortable than some of the other sports 125s you can get, like the GSXR 125, the R1 25. Yeah, compared to some of those, this is you know, It's a luxurious fucking 4-poster bed. So plenty of comfort compared to them. So yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I'm pleased with it. It'll definitely do for now. Definitely gonna do for now. So why did I pick a 125, MT125? Well, I just like the look. I just think they look nice. And they do have, in my opinion, the best engine in the 125 category right now. So does the XSR 125 and the R125. The VVT is just, yeah, it really helps you have a consistent power, because there's no real power in the 125, power band right throughout, which is, you know, kind of important on a 125 over most other bikes, to be honest. So it was a combination of looks and performance. Or lack thereof performance, because, you know, we had 125. That being said, you can throw it around a little bit. It's quite light, you know. It goes pretty well. Trying to get rid of these chicken strips on the side, but again, third day of riding, so being careful. Why didn't I buy a brand new bike? Well, honestly, who the fuck has the money to spend on a brand new 125, and why would you? So one of these brand new is like $4.5 grand. So over double what I paid for this, and honestly, probably not worth over double, because like, you've got to run it in. You've got to run the engine in for the first 1,000 miles, and, well, this is a 125. It has no power unless you rev the shit out of it. And you know what you can't do when you're bedding an engine in? That's right, you can't rev the shit out of it. Which is the only way you can actually get anywhere on 125. So you've got to spend 1,000 miles, 1,000 miles, mind, revving the absolute bejesus, or not revving the bejesus, sorry, out of a 125 trying to ride it. No thank you. I do not like that idea at all, because you will be able, in fact, let's, so this would be too high a revving already, this would be too high, yeah, so this is about where you could rev it. 20 zone, ugh. Yeah, this is like as far as I could take the bike on a new engine, and I'd have to change up. Noon. So yeah, screw that. Not for me. What a waste of time. I would much rather be able to use my bike fully. Now, that comes to the second point. How do I know that this engine hasn't had the absolute shit ragged out of it and was bedded in properly? Well, I don't. It's a gamble. Yeah, what an ugly car. Yep, pure gamble, no idea. It could have been absolutely fucking ruined. Oh, I know. Literally not a clue. But when I went to buy it, I got to check it, test it, make sure that it sounded good. And, you know, hope that I've done enough due diligence to buy a decent bike, and I think it's okay. I took it for the ride yesterday, and I had a little issue with the kickstand sensor, where the bike thought it was down and wouldn't start after I pulled in. But that's not really like a major thing. That, to be fair, it's quite common. I've had a number of occurrences with that in the past for different bikes, so I'm not actually all that bothered by that. I'll just replace the sensor if I have to. I think it might just be a little bit loose or something. That's kind of the theme of this bike. Everything's been a bit loose, like the mirrors have been a bit loose. I had to tighten them up. There's some other stuff that was just a little bit loose. The peg, right peg, that was a bit loose. I tightened that up. I think it's just, general sort of maintenance. Keeping on top of stuff. So... no idea what I am. I'm using this Cali Moto app. It's expensive. It's like 50 quid for a year, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous, but I also kind of really like it at the same time. Hello, fine. It's really good for finding like new roads and routes and stuff. I don't really know what I am, and I don't know this area very well. But this app kind of lets you, find cool new fun roads, and I used it yesterday and it was really good. Like, I was really impressed actually with what it took me. And today we are doing 167 miles round trip according to the app, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I might cut out a little bit short. I might cut it a little bit shorter, it depends on how I feel, because I went up yesterday and I was pretty achy. I was a bit sore when I got up this morning, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle another 160 something miles on this today. We'll see. I'd like to, because it's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. Also, if you can hear a background noise, sorry, it's my sat nav. I picked up the Senna intercom system. It was a cheap one, not the cheap Bluetooth one, the cheap mesh only one. I figured Bluetooth is a bit pointless. You get like what, quarter of a mile, maybe half a mile of range if you're lucky, and you can only communicate with one other rider. So yeah, anyway, let's we'll see if this ends up being a full big ride or not. It is a gorgeous day, and the weather is like kind of made for riding bikes. It could be a little bit warmer. I'd much rather be in my hoodie instead of my jacket, but you know, I'm not going to complain. It's still a beautiful day. On that note, let's talk about gear. Actually, let's talk about gear after this roundabout, shall we? Oh, well done, dickhead. Cut the lanes. Okay, let's talk about gear. So, my opinion, if you don't ride in full gear, you are a fucking moron. Simple as that. I don't care if you've never had an accident, blah blah blah. You will, at some point. It's just statistical inevitability. I'm telling you now, I would rather do everything I possibly could to make sure that, you know, I have the best chance of walking away with as minimal injury as possible than trying to be some sort of cool dickhead on a bike in shorts and a t-shirt. Fucking morons. I would honestly go as far as saying that, like, because I know some gear can be expensive, and you know, you definitely don't want to cheap out on your bike gear, but also, something's better than nothing, so buy what you can afford. And if you can't afford anything, you probably shouldn't ride a bike. Your life is not worth it, like your health, like just buying a bike and not getting any decent gear because you can't afford it. In my opinion, it's just not worth the risk. You should just wait. Just save up, just wait. Just don't put yourself in that position, honestly. I have come off a bike. I have come off a bike 3 times. Once was many years ago when I did my very first CBT. I was actually on the CBT, and I wheelied the bike into a roundabout and fell off, and the instructor had gone on ahead, so I was at the back at this point. And by the time we came back around, I picked the bike up and sat back on it at the junction of the roundabout. And he was like, "Are you good?" And I just gave him a thumbs up because he hadn't seen it, which was quite nice. And then I came off on a ride, because on my CBT I was taught, only ever use your back brake, never use your front. And well, that's a really dumb idea. If you've never been taught that, by the way, or if you've ever been taught, don't use your front brake, yeah, that's stupid. You should definitely use your front brake. I'm using it now. Use your back brake to control your speed, and then use your front brake to help, you know, reduce speed a little bit quicker if you need to. And yeah, so anyway, I came off because I was coming around a bend, couldn't scrub enough speed, back brake wasn't doing enough slowing down, and I just went off into a ditch. I was on a massive bike ride out. I've been riding for about 4 days, and it was great. Like, loads of bikers stopped to help me. They were all good as gold. So that was awesome. I mean, not coming off was definitely not awesome, but the bikes were great. No, it was fine. My my pride was injured more than anything. So yeah, did that, and then I took my old CBR 125 or CBR 125. I don't know, I forget. It was a Honda, and so I took that in to be serviced at the dealership, and I noticed that there was a nail in the tire. So they plugged it for me, sorted that. That was great. Love that. And they noticed my forks were a bit bent from what not bent, but like the handlebars and the forks were kind of out of line. They weren't quite straight from what I'd had the off. So I've been riding with like wonky handlebars, which is fun. And then they straightened that out for me. And then I had one more off. After that, they actually told me, to be fair, in the dealership, they were like, hey, so be careful, we had to take the tire off to like plug it and stuff, so there's a bit of lubricant, I think they actually said it was like washing up liquid or dish soap or whatever you want to call it, around the rim. And to be careful until I'd scrubbed it off. So anyway, on the way home, I come to a roundabout. Quite a long sweeping roundabout. It was a little bit greasy weather, and I just dropped the bike down. Just kind of went dunk and slid. Landed on my elbow, my wrist, and shoulder. And yeah, that was my third off. That one hurt quite a bit, actually. Oh, hillside. I don't know them all. Oh, big stretch. Oh. Also, that was way too much front brake. I crapped way too much brake then. Return left. So yeah. There were 3 instances where I came off. And well, I was wearing gear. So each of the 3 times, I was fine. The third time when I dropped the bike, I was doing about 50 when I came off, which obviously is a little bit of a speed. And I had a bit of bruising, a bit of swelling, a bit of pain from the impact. But when I'd slid, I was actually fine. I didn't lose any skin, I didn't have any injuries as such, just a bit of a sore arm for a few days. So, had I have not been wearing that, it would have been considerably worse. In my opinion, stay the fuck there, thank you very much. So, as the adage goes, dress for the slide, not the ride. Oh, it's so sunny, so bright, but the sun is so low. Oh. Jesus. see shit. Just casually riding one-handed whilst making a fucking peak for myself so I can see. Into a burning ring of fire. Down, down, higher. Burns, burns, ring of fire, a ring of fire. A burning ring of fire. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. Bit of Johnny Cash for the ride. Burning ring of fire. The flames of the fire. Burns, burns. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. And gone. How long do these things take to go back up? Oh, that is way quicker than I expected. Rolling off the throttle, reducing our speed, leaning in onto the opposite side, foot of the dip in, on the gas, and going nowhere because we're on a 125 with the Tesco van in front of us. This is screaming for a while. Positively, boys. Shotgun wedding, shotgun wedding. Aubergine. on the brakes, down a gear, avoid the quad.